What's your favorite shot?
I love Fireball.
That was so fun and so interesting, I thought. There are more Dollar Generals than there are Target, Walmart, McDonald's, and Starbucks combined. I get a little fired up about our topic today.
Welcome to Stirred Up.
Welcome to Startup.
Woohoo! Thanks for joining us again today, hopefully. And if not, if you're new, I'm Heath.
I'm Jess.
And that's Jess. Welcome to Stirred Up with Heather and Jessica. Jessica and Heather. We're going to talk about today, we typically have 3 segments on our show. We have the spill where we talk about pretty much anything.
Anything goes.
Anything goes. And then we talk about the real tea, which is typically a brand or a business or some sort of something nerdy we're trying to dissect and share and talk through together.
Yeah, I get a little fired up about our topic today. It's dollar stores.
Jessica is hot about the Dollar General. If I had $1 for every time she told me, wait till you hear about Dollar General, I could buy a Dollar General.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So today we're going to talk about Dollar General.
Yeah, Dollar General, Dollar Tree. Little combo.
The same thing?
Little combo of the both. But I'm going to put a heavy focus on Dollar General. So okay. I'm just going to say dollar stores.
And then we'll clink our last call. We'll clink to say, yes, we're Dollar General super fans, or they're or it's just last call. We're never going there again.
Right. Yeah.
I was told my mom that we were doing Dollar General today.
What'd you think?
She immediately got defensive and goes, I only buy grandma's word scratches there because they're $1. Or word crossword puzzles. Yeah. I was like, it's okay, Mom. No one's judging you.
No, it's
not yet.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're really great.
Yeah. So sound off in the comments if you're a Dollar General shopper. Yeah. Did you know? Would you learn? We're going to give a lucky viewer a promo package.
All right.
Yeah, okay. Don't you think?
I like it.
Jess and I have our branding now, which is I really want to talk about. Well, first of all, if you know Jessica, she's an executional workhorse. I have never seen anybody in my life be able to do. She works on a computer like an octopus. Like she has an arm coming out of her ass and one coming out of the front of her. And we got our branding on Wednesday. You're also incredibly organized, so I'm sure everything was teed up and all you needed to do was like click a couple buttons on some app that generates everything, and you winked at your computer and it happened. Jessica's also in love with her computer.
Kind of close.
She's also in love with her new Apple computer.
I am so in love with it.
So we got our branding on Wednesday, and Jess stood it up across all of our social platforms, and we officially launched our first podcast this week. So we've got one out there now.
So when everybody's hearing this, we'll have been
going
live because we've been working so hard at like putting the content together, but all of the pieces have to come into play.
Right.
So anyways, finally, all of the pieces are here. So as we're recording this, it was just yesterday that we launched our first podcast.
Right. And now we have branding. And we ordered a bunch of awesome swag today. Yeah. So hopefully next time, from now on, we'll have,
like some merch.
Some merch. We gotta have merch. You can't have a go-to market with no merch.
Right. I'm wearing like pseudo merch today. I'm rocking some Joycey Rose.
We're rocking some Joycey Rose. We've been up to a lot of shit. We had a photo shoot at your house a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
So we also are working together with a really good friend of mine named Amy Lynn, who's a local artist and photographer in town. Shout out to Amy Lynn Mudd Photography and Art. Woo, woo. We started out sort of I guess like the evolution of Joycey Rose was we wanted to do something to give back. I wanted to learn how to sew, and I like a good muumuu. Like something oversized and big and comfy, whether it be summer or winter. So we thought about making muumuus for mental health, and then for every one that we bought or we sold, we would donate one, which is still going to be part of the concept of the company. So we launched Joycey Rose. Joycey is after Amy Lynn's mama, who she just lost early this spring. Rose is after my mama and my daughter. Joycey Lynn Rose will be a line in the collection because it's Jessica Lynn, Amy Lynn, and Heather Lynn. Just happens to be.
What? Trifecta.
So Joycey Rose also stands for JR, which is Jessica Robinson. So Jess has on one of our coats. So that is made by Amy Lynn. We've made a couple now. We're setting up our website.
All made from upcycle.
All made from upcycle material.
So what might have gone to landfill
is
now has a new purpose, new life. Something that was treasured can continue to be treasured.
Yeah. As I work on, and we work on the branding for Joycey Rose, it's sort of like honoring the intersection of the past, but also like trying to evolve in the future and realize that both of those are things that are really important.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, as we set up the brand, like that's sort of to your point where I'm going or where
Yeah.
we're going. So you have on Joycey Rose, which I'm super fucking
I
pumped
love it.
about.
I do wear it
You
often.
match the set. I love it. It's so good. And Jess also sews, which she sewed before Amy Lynn and I sewed because she was a 4-H sewer. So
Yeah, back
yeah.
in the day.
Yeah.
Shout out Marcy.
Yeah.
I need to send the podcast to Marcy. She'd
Marcy
love to
needs a legit launch package too, I bet.
be-
Yeah.
Well, she should get a Joycey Rose like launch kit.
Yeah.
because she's
Also, I feel like we need to cheers to Hop Slam.
all right. Yep.
So if you're not a Michigander, tell everybody what Hop Slam is, Jess, and why it's such a big deal.
It's an IPA, and I'm not an IPA drinker, so I think you should actually delve into that a little bit. Let me see. Hold
Hop
on.
Slam is the
This-
greatest IPA ever invented.
It's Bell's.
It's Bell's. It's a Michigan brewer. It's a double IPA. It only comes out a certain time of year.
It's citrusy.
Yeah, it tastes like a pine. I don't know. It's
So
flavorful.
I can't normally drink IPA. I believe that, like, I have a hypothesis. I think someone told me this, and I believe it. Somebody we used to work with, actually. Okay, so he said that if you like IPA, that you descended from the part of Europe that stole, like, hopped up beer that was intended to go to like India. So taking beer from Europe, like from England, let's say, to ship it to India, it would go bad. So they would put a whole bunch of hops in it so that it would get to India because it was colonized by Britain. So people would intercept it by like whatever happened back, like, like pirates and shit. I don't know.
Prohibition?
No, not like,
Literally, like pirates would take over the ship and steal the IPA.
Yeah, or like, as you're transporting, you've got like a crew, and then people would come up and like maybe
Pirates,
drink
yeah,
with you.
that's
Like, pirates. Anyways, it'd be
drink with you
intercepted.
or steal from you, both. Probably both.
Both.
Yeah, it's a pirate
and it wasn't ready to be drank because it had too many hops in it, intended to get to its location and be ready at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So people who like IPAs descended from those who intercepted and drank and like as an acquired born taste. And then people like me came from, like, I just can't like it. I just don't like it.
That's how I feel when I see you drink Busch Light. I'm like, oh,
I don't like that
at least
either.
it's cold piss water.
I do think it tastes like water.
Oh my god, it's like water. It doesn't. I like lemon water has more flavor to me. Like seriously, like
Yeah, I agree. Like, I love Budweiser and I love PBR, but those are heavy.
did you see I have PBR upstairs? Mike Smith loves PBR.
Oh, well, maybe that's what I'm drinking next.
We might have to take a drink break too. Jess also has that koozie. So Carhartt. We haven't done Carhartt yet, but like, don't disappoint me because you're one of my faves.
We don't know, but they're Michigan brand also.
They are, and Jess has a koozie that says "Helping People Get Laid Since 1972." That's a bar.
Jack's Teepee Bar.
Yeah, in the UP, Ishpeming. My parents hung out at that bar when my dad was in college.
So fun. Very, like, Michigan-esque.
100.
Love it.
Proud of it.
Love it.
I hope our koozies turn out half as honorable as that one.
Hop Slam.
But I guess what we were talking about is the spill. What have we been up to? And we've been up to a lot of things around
This
our
is true.
businesses. I mean, and
This
so
is
I
true.
feel like
It is.
we can use the platform to talk about other businesses. I think what's also interesting is we're standing up for our own at the same
And
time.
what's our experience of
and
doing
what's
it.
our experience
Totally.
and how do we think about things? I don't think that's a non-value add. I
Yeah.
think it's,
No, I totally agree.
don't just talk about it, be about it, bitches.
I'm here for it. Because we've been hustling.
Hustling.
In addition to, like, kids and a day job and a husband and a social
Well, I don't have a
life.
day job yet. I just got one.
Just got one.
just got one.
So all of it's going to have to...
5 weeks. So I did a countdown today. I have 39 days. I want all of this to work like a well-oiled machine.
By the time.
So we're literally just recording and doing fun marketing stuff on our beds because we like that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And we do. We live by it.
So much.
I know.
Have something else to focus on.
I got a bee. I think not a bee. A bug just almost flew my nose.
Well, good thing bed bugs don't fly.
Well, Matt, so I've had the suitcase in my in my tub since September 28th or 29th when I got home from Florida.
A month.
Yeah,
Over.
Partially because I'm like a little bit lazy. It's not bothering me, but it's been in my tub.
You haven't sat in your tub in a month?
No, I used to take a bath like at least weekly, and I just haven't been. That's a whole nother sidebar.
Showering at all, or just the bath?
I mean,
she said she showered for me today, and I know you showered yesterday. 2 days in a row.
Shut up, Heather. You sat next to me and you're like, you smell good. Did you shower today?
You don't stink. You're not a stinky person. I would tell you if you stunk.
Good.
You're not a stinky person.
I think I am
You smell like nothing when you're not showered.
I understand.
It's kind of like.
I understand that. I have been also wearing deodorant lately. I don't normally wear deodorant.
Don't do that. That's not good.
Oh, is because of like aluminum?
What do you do? Put Mr. Clean on your arm. No, it's not good. The aluminum's not good. And I've tried Native.
I'm not worried about it.
I've tried all of it.
So I don't normally wear deodorant.
I don't think you need it.
I don't think so either. I think like we adapt to need it in the same way that like you get addicted to chapstick, or if you wear.
Well, time out.
What?
Kobe. I'm 40 almost, and I never had to wear deodorant. And now that I think I'm in some sort of morphed menopause super island, I'm a stinky person now.
So this summer, I felt stinky like a lot. Like I also thought I woke up stinky after having like a night shower, and then I go to bed. And Matt religiously puts deodorant on when he goes to bed. Like he thinks there's no way he does it. So anyways, I think it was just like a very hot summer. So I became pretty religious about deodorant.
Nice.
But now I want to not do that anymore.
No, just let it go. It's wintertime.
And I also wear Dove men's deodorant.
Mike is wearing women's, what's the shit from back in the day? All blue. My aunt wore
Always. Secret.
Mike's wearing women's Secret.
Wait, always I think is a tampon.
It's a pad.
Okay, he's wearing Secret. Why?
I don't know. I don't know if that's all they had at the Aldi when he was up there. Like, I don't know.
It was just like all that was left in your cupboard. It was yours because you haven't worn it in a decade. I'm not worried about the aluminum. What does it do? I don't know. I don't even know if I want to get into it.
Listen, we need to talk about your pond water coming out of your sink. I mean, that's for a whole nother day. Like, we might have to have a whole episode on debunking, like, carbons we should worry about, and perhaps,
they should know. We have a pond in the front yard. We also have a shallow well. Matt's been dyeing the pond blue for like 3 years, and now our water in the last like 2 months has started to come out of the sink and in the tub, and it's blue.
No.
So I told Matt he needs to stop dyeing it.
Haven't you people ever seen Aaron Brockovich?
So Matt's going to bleach the well and like shock the system. Great. And maybe we're going to discontinue the dye. I don't know. We haven't discussed it in detail.
I think it can't be bad to shower in because you're allowed to swim in and it doesn't kill fish. It's a hypothesis.
Right. And we filter our water. So coming out of the sink and
I'm giving you a hard time.
And in the refrigerator, like by the time it gets through all of the filters for our drinking water, because we do have we have an osmosis system, another osmosis system, and then the water out of the refrigerator.
Right.
It doesn't come up blue there. But when it's coming, like when it's sitting in the toilet, it's also really pretty.
You don't even have to do one of those, like, what are those things called? Yeah, like every time 1,000 flushes and it's still blue.
Yeah, or like
at Jess and Matt's house, the pond water's just flowing through the septic system.
When I noticed it was in the kids' tub, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's nice. Their soap is like it looked fresh." I liked it. And then I realized what it was. And the cleaning lady was like, every time you leave your house, my spray bottle is blue.
Oh my God, how much shit is Maddie putting in that pond?
I don't know. Maybe it's the amount that I put of Mr. Clean and Mr. Clean is blue too.
Oh my God.
We're just on another level.
Your Mr. Clean's going to eat right through your pipes. They're going to start spewing all over your finished basement.
I don't know. I'm not. It's fine.
No aluminum on your boobs. I'm going with no.
Oh, yeah. So when I do deodorant, I also have been getting like the spray kind, Dove men's spray. And I go armpit, and under titties.
Can I be honest with you?
What?
I
feel good about it. And occasionally in between my legs if I'm wearing a dress.
First of all, I love Dove's brand, and I love their ad campaign, and I love their body positivity. So go Dove.
Go Dove.
I'm not convinced it's not full of poison, but I don't know otherwise. But
maybe we'll add it to the brand list.
This is another thing. Add it to the brand. But also, if you're listening, comment what are you wearing organic deodorant? Are you not wearing deodorant
Yeah.
anymore? Like, Jess doesn't want to wear a bra or
have this-
deodorant, and
right.
neither do I.
Let's have this
My
conversation.
sister-in-law does not either. Like, let's have the conversation.
Yeah, what's our status? Like, where are we
Are
at
you
with
wearing
this?
native or are you wearing nothing? Are you still spraying like Aquanet on your armpits?
With Aquanet.
Oh, that's a hairspray from the 80s.
We're a mess. We're everywhere.
Yeah, okay.
I gotta
So there's
switch.
that. So, and then the last thing I thought we could talk about a little bit is I went and saw my dad this week.
Yeah.
That was interesting. I sent Jess a video. My parents live in the woods.
Yeah.
And I bet you my dad has between 200 and 250 either tin, primarily concrete,
Or wood.
wood
Statues.
statues.
Yep.
He screws them to the side of his log house. He paints them and puts them on rock piles.
So let's visualize this. Approaching your parents' house. You
Yeah.
go down a long driveway.
Yep, the quarter of about 3/10 of a mile off the road.
And
Every telephone
and you're
pole.
greeted. It's sort of like going through like a drive-through parade, like a reverse parade, as if you were going to like a drive-through zoo or like a drive-through Christmas.
My aunt said I didn't know I was going on a tour because there's so many fucking statues and signs, including an 8-foot bear.
Yeah. So people out in the country, for some reason, like wooden bear statues. Like
They
they're
carve them with chainsaws. It's like
Yeah.
a whole art.
yeah.
It's beautiful. Some of the thing, the eagles, bears, rabbits.
I still think it's weird, but like fine.
weird as fuck.
So my brother bought this house like a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, whatever it was. Bought this house, and there was like an enormous bear statue, like not shitting, probably 9 foot tall.
It's 8 or 9 foot tall. I have a picture of it. We'll put it in the. We'll put it on.
Yeah,
social.
we can put it on social, put it on the YouTube view.
And that was one other thing. Side note.
And then your dad bought it. I
bought
should
it
have,
for my brother.
Yeah, and so now it's like so you sent me a video, and this it's not just the bear greeting people driving up the driveway. That all then also get welcomed, like as you go in the outdoors of the house, there's like little plots of statue landmines everywhere. But this bear then has like other animals. Isn't that the spot where you're like, is this the animal
No, that's
kingdom?
a complete different spot. The animal kingdom is in the rock pile near the front of the home. The bear is I'm a football and I mean it's 150 yards away from that.
Yeah.
Jess didn't believe. Like 8 years ago, I sent Jess a picture of a naked mermaid that he put in the backyard.
that your like very young son helped paint the titties on.
It was ridiculous. That has to go.
I know, I have that.
That has to go. All right. So that's what about you? Your kids? Tell me anything.
So I have a story. This is I'm being traumatized in my own house. Peyton loves snakes and creepy, weird fucking things. Like, example, in the basement, and maybe this is like gross and unique to me, but like we have a partially finished basement, mostly unfinished. And I don't know, like spiders somehow get down there. And like,
Cold. They love it. It's the moisture.
yeah, like I guess so. I just feel like it's a normal Michigan thing. Whatever. Clay like freaks out one day, and while we were all down there playing, because then like part of the basement is their playroom, and that's the partially finished part. And Peyton runs over there, and there's like an enormous centipede, like 3 inches long,
Oy.
full of legs. She picks it up, and it's like crawling on her hand, and she brings it over to Matt, and he's like, "No, get rid of that, like in the trash right now." She goes, "Oh, it's gonna be okay." And she kisses it and then dumps it in the trash. And I'm like, she just kissed a fucking centipede. Like, that's so gross.
What does a centipede look like? I can't even think.
Like a worm with 100 legs. Literally. Centipede, 100 legs.
Yeah. Oy.
Yeah, gross. She's picked up snakes this summer and
You know
she loves
what?
it.
Zilla, the gecko,
Yeah.
upstairs in my house.
Oh, I forgot you had that. That creeps me out.
First of all, my fucking mother-in-law, who I love with my whole heart, bought that for Reeve when he was 4 and never asked me. Just showed her
God.
ass up with it.
Oh, God.
Thank God she bought me a lizard from heaven because she isn't slimy. She doesn't hiss. You can
Right.
hold her. I mean, she's the calmest. Like, she's almost like a turtle. She's so slow.
Peyton would like it. And I'm afraid to show her because then she thinks she's
No.
gonna
You
need
just
one.
next time we go away, like in March, if she's still alive,
Okay.
just take Zilla to the house.
Okay.
All she has to do is turn the light on and off. Zilla's 10. She's gonna be 11.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
I'm
So
a
that's lot
reptile
of-
mom.
That's a lot of commitment.
I hand feed her now. I hand feed her mealworms, crickets.
So this past weekend, I took the kids grocery shopping, and I ended up bribing them.
Fucking brave.
I know. That's a whole other thing. Not even the point of the story. But I ended up bribing them to like just show the fuck out. I'll buy them a toy. So we go to like the cheap toy section of Lowe's because it was grocery shopping. They made run to Lowe's, and we're checking out. I'm like, okay, here's the toys. You guys made it. We're getting ready to go home. Pick out a toy. Peyton picks out like a silicone snake. That's the toy that she wanted to take home. And Clay got a monster truck. Like very on brand for both of them. So Peyton's so thrilled about all of this.
Clay loves trucks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Matt said he loves equipment. That's like the word that he is. He's big into all that, monster trucks, everything. We're home, and she's playing with it all weekend. She's like,
this woman needs a reptile for Christmas.
Oh, God, no. So anyways, she's not even home. She went to my, overtime. Like, it's pop-outs after pop-outs with Peyton, but, like, in the way that a 4-year-old would do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's so we're being dramatic on the receiving end, but, like, occasionally we are a little like, oh, that was startling. That was a snake, but it wasn't. Mm-hmm. Whatever.
Neither one of you or Maddie like,
No, fuck no. I don't like snakes. Like, I have a whole lot of childhood stories of trauma that my family put on me with, like, snakes from our house. Anyways,
Mike had a bald python.
Oh, my God, you guys. What's wrong with you people?
And a gecko. That's how I got Zilla, because Mike's dad fried him on the front porch. He'd hug their... Don't even... Yeah, that's... Okay. We'll talk about that. Rest in peace. Reggie, and he fried his gecko and his bald python on the same day.
So last Sunday, I was home alone. Matt was going to watch a Lions game. Kids were somewhere with
at
my mom.
Lions or at somebody's house?
No, at
Terrace?
the NOAX. And then I was going there after, but I had like an hour to myself, which I took a nap. It was glorious. I go to the bathroom. I lift up the toilet seat lid, and that fucking snake is in the seat itself. Matt put it between the toilet seat and the lid. I screamed, Jesus Christ! And Bella comes running in. I was so upset. Like, it took me 5 minutes to calm down. Like, bring the heart rate down. It's not real. My worst fear. Like, at night, I cannot go to the bathroom. And, of course, now that I've had kids, like,
you're afraid the snake's going to come up from the ground and get you?
Yes, in the toilet.
Oh, dear Lord.
Like, someone tell me. So, hasn't that happened?
So
if you Google snakes in a toilet,
listen,
there's loads of them on Google Images.
I am not a huge fan of snakes either. That would freak me the fuck out. Mike did have a bald python. It did get out. It came through. Do you know how you have a towel bar holder above the toilet?
Yeah. In there.
The towel bar holder fell, and Mike's grandma was in her 70s going to the bathroom, and Reggie came out of the drywall where the towel bar holder was.
Oh.
Well, she was going to the bathroom.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. There's a whole new level of trauma, Heather.
Trauma.
Oh.
I don't like snakes either. Speaking of husbands pranking you, I was thinking through that a little bit. The reason I truly believe I'm hard of hearing in my left ear, outside of some structural and arthritis a little bit, is because Mike blew a boat horn in my ear as a joke when I was 31 or 32, so 10, almost 10 years ago. To be funny, he
And you said that was not funny.
I cried because it hurt so bad. My ear throbbed for a week. And it was the first time our kids were little. They were 8, 6, and 4. I'm I'm leaving. Never coming back. Fucker blew that boat horn in my ear. So it reminds me of Maddie putting the snake underneath your seat. Those might be I'm staying at the Hampton.
Oh, yeah.
I've never, ever stayed at the Hampton, by the way. If you know me.
Oh, yeah.
Staying at the JW Marriott.
Those bed bugs.
Or the Algonquin and Four Seasons. I'm not staying at the Hampton. Unless my kids have a sports tournament.
Yeah, but if you're leaving and never coming back, that might be the only affordable place.
Especially if you're unemployed. $82 a night doesn't sound too bad.
No, come on. We need some views so Heather can stay at the Four Seasons when she leaves her family.
Yeah, I'm not staying at the Hampton.
All right, girl. Okay, you ready?
Tell me about the DG.
All right, what segment is this? The Real Tea?
We're in the Real Tea.
Welcome to the Real Tea.
Welcome to the Real Tea. Jess did some research about the Dollar General.
Moving into it. Okay, so Dollar General, yes, is a big part of this. Dollar stores overall is, I have some Dollar Tree kind of comparisons because they're the next largest dollar store. So Dollar General is your black and yellow brand, and then Dollar Tree is the green one, normally in by malls and stuff. So Dollar General is known for being like taking over rural America right now. Dollar Tree, not so much as a comparison.
We have a Dollar Tree by our Midland Mall.
We do, and by the post office. There's 2 of them in Midland.
And then where my parents live, where I grew up, there's a Dollar General every 2.5 foot.
Yep. And then heading out
Feet.
to where I live, towards your parents, they just built a Dollar Tree on M20. It took, I'm not joking, like half the summer to build that thing. The time that it took to put up one of those Dollar Trees, like $3
They're
Generals.
a pole barn kit. Bro.
Yeah, but it took a million years. Dollar General popped up like 2 or 3 spots.
Oh yeah,
Down
that's what I'm
M20.
saying. Dollar General. It's just it's a pole barn kit. Literally, they just.
But why did Dollar Tree take so long to do the same thing?
Is it made out of a pole barn or brick?
It looks no pole barn, like metal. I asked Peyton when they were building, and she said a castle.
Oh dear Lord!
It wasn't a castle, but that's what she said. Okay,
When we go overseas to Italy in like 2 years to learn a craft, we'll take Peyton and live, and Peyton can see every castle.
that's like what a real castle looks like.
Go to England. I don't know. We'll take her to Europe.
So just as a snapshot, Dollar Tree has like 50% of their sales and their merchandise is actually seasonal. So their big thing is like very TikTok friendly, where you can go to Dollar Tree with like and be able to do some like craft kits and then decorate your house. Tara and I've done it. She sends me these videos all the time, and then we'll go to Dollar
you guys
Tree.
made something last year.
Yeah, we've made a handful of things, but they're all like social media friendly. There's these Facebook groups that are just dedicated to Dollar Tree seasonal thing, and it's not just go there and buy these things.
Is that part of their marketing strategy?
I really think it is. I think it's very strategic.
User generated content.
Yeah, how they do it, I don't know. Like, I don't know how it fuels the thing, but I think it was an organic thing, and then they adapted to it or something. You know what I mean?
Capitalizing off of
Yeah. Like they noticed it and they're taking advantage of it.
Should.
And it's 50% of their merchandise. So they are not so much like their location is opportunistic, probably more suburbia. Dollar General, on the other hand, is very targeted to rural environments. 4 out of their 5 stores are in like counties or towns with less than 20,000 people.
And my gut would say, so I went to a Title I school in Michigan, Floyd Elementary. Mm-hmm. I believe it still is today. It's a Bullet Creek Public School. We both went to Bullet Creek Public Schools. Got a great education there. Got a great upbringing.
We just trick-or-treated at the superintendent's house last night.
Perfect. We are Creek.
Oh,
We are Creekers.
I
Shout out
wasn't
to the
gonna.
Creek.
I got that because I wasn't going to allude to the timeality of our schedule here, but that's okay.
What we are. Floyd was a Title I school, meaning I believe a piece of the definition is half of the population, the social and economic population, is below the poverty line. Mm-hmm. So I believe I read something at some point that Dollar General targets rural, poor areas. They also accept bridge cards, I know, in Michigan.
Yeah. So that all of that's true.
Okay.
So therefore, I also took a little look at rural America. First of all, since the pandemic, rural America has seen a population growth for the first time in like 1 or 2 decades.
Stop it.
Poverty declines have also been reported in rural areas. So it's not as significant, like as we're talking about rural equals poverty.
They're capitalizing on the convenience too.
Yeah. But I think it's like an odd turnaround from COVID. So as I was looking at like the Dollar General strategy of targeting rural America, I was wondering like, what does that footprint look like? What impact does that have? And knowing that even though it's like it's slightly over 10% of the U.S. population lives in rural area, I don't know what the flip side is, but like if you look at a map, I can imagine we could guess that the land area, like rural America, is a large majority of like what it looks like on a map, but population wise, most people live in urban cities.
Right, but if you think, I'm totally aligned. And when I say right, like right, but I don't mean it that way. I'm aligned with what you're thinking, but in my mind, I'm thinking you're hitting on so many different markets and whys I'm going to go there. One, they're inexpensive, so
Yeah.
you get everybody wants something
Yeah.
cheaper generally, but also it's convenience and proximity to home. So if you're in a big city,
Yeah.
you have a million choices.
Right.
If you're out in the middle of nowhere the way we grew up and
Yeah.
you needed an ingredient,
Yeah. Like for me, I was going to a birthday
it's
party.
genius. They're popping
is.
them up for convenience even, and now it's expanding as the type of social and economic background you have in rural areas. You're spreading your audience is just widening, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
I
The market's
went
expanding.
to a birthday party. I just needed it was a kid's birthday party. I needed a coloring book, crayons, and wrapping paper.
Best place to go.
Yeah, so now that we have $2 Generals, I popped into a Dollar General. I got what I needed. It was more expensive for those items than what I thought it was going to be. But it saved me, it would have been a 40-minute round trip commute to go to Target. So,
Yeah, no way.
yeah, I didn't
And I
really
even
have that.
remember, you have also an interesting lens too, where your dad owned a family-owned gas station, grocery store, market, beer den.
Yeah.
And then a Dollar General after 50
Came
years of it being owned by your family came in. I'm interested in what happened there too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
I have a game first. So let's talk about rural America.
Sure.
I have a series of questions. The game will be which XYZ do rural versus city dwellers prefer? Which beer brands do rural people prefer versus city brand?
Busch Light, Milwaukee,
Not even on the list. Rural. You're saying rural.
Bud Light.
Not even on the list.
Rural? Like where we live.
Yeah.
Hold on. Milwaukee's Best Light, Busch Light, Bud Light, Keystone Light.
Keystone.
My dad drinks that.
Keystone number 5.
Okay, sweet. I'm happy. Don't tell me. I just need to think. I need to think about the merchandising in the store.
One thing I think you'll be surprised about
Budweiser.
is on the city dwellers list.
Ew. All of you people. Sorry, Budweiser. I love a lot of your products, but Bud Heavy is not one.
So Mick Ultra is number 3 on the rural dweller list.
That makes perfect sense to me.
Miller Lite, Coors Light, Yingling.
My husband drinks Miller Lite. My mother drinks Ultra. My dad prefers Ultra, but it's too cheap, so drinks Keystone. What were the other ones? So there's 3.
Yingling, which is not available in Michigan because Yingling requires fact check internet if this is not true or somebody from Yingling.
No, my friend Amy, I think,
this is what we've always been
bootlegged
told.
Yingling in for her wedding. I think.
Yeah, so it has to come from Ohio, but they don't
think
have.
that's right,
So
'cause Brad's from
Michigan
Ohio.
distribution doesn't have consistently refrigerated vehicles. So Yingling won't distribute in Michigan because they want their beer to be cold at all times.
Yeah, it's a weird way to quality. Okay.
Okay, whatever. And maybe I'm wrong. That's just the rumor on the street.
Okay.
City dwellers prefer Heineken, Corona, Budweiser, Modelo, and Amstel. This sounds so city. I don't even know what Amstel is.
Amstel Light. We started Amstel Light at Oscars when I worked there. Shout out to all my Oscars peeps.
Fucking city people.
I literally want to. Jen, Tracy, Mel.
Which liquor between rural versus city? What's your favorite shot?
I love Fireball.
Number 1 for the rural.
Fireball. If you want to sponsor us.
Number 2 is Crown.
My father-in-law loves Crown, and he used to
SoCo.
make
Number 3.
Ew,
Southern Comfort.
Sorry, SoCo. I puked
Captain and Wild Turkey. None of that is surprising to me.
Puked off a wild turkey.
Me too.
Puked
And
off a black
a lot
Baba.
of Captain.
A lot of Captain.
Crown-
Absolute vodka.
Crown Royal is considered fancy to me. Isn't it?
Super. I mean, when we bought, my father-in-law used to give Crown Royal bottles out for Christmas to all of his friends. I bet he still does. And he used to save all the bags because they come in this purple velvet.
Yeah.
Actually, it works great. It looks like a bag of king or a queen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Like
don't
a
know.
bag of money.
Fuck yeah.
I wonder if the city people think that's fancy. Okay, city.
No, they're drinking
Name one that you think city people prefer because they're not even the same. Nothing's the
liquors. Mm-hmm. Basil Hayden.
No.
Tito's.
No.
Are we? Give me a genre of liquor. Is it whiskey? Is it bourbon?
It's
Is
across the board.
Grey Goose?
Yeah, Grey Goose is on there.
Okay.
A number 4.
Okay.
So Hennessy, number 1. Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker Red, Johnny Walker Black. I know those.
1800 tequila.
Yeah.
Okay. Grey Goose and J&B. I don't know what J&B
I don't
is.
know J&B
Okay.
either.
Pop.
Let
So
us know if you know what J&B means.
Oh, this says soft beverage. I thought that was pop. Okay, so
Pop.
this.
If you're not from Michigan or a Midwest state, pop means
So none of
soda.
these are pop, actually. I don't know what
Not
soft.
hot.
I don't know.
Pop.
I don't know what a soft beverage is, but I'll just read you these just for the
Soft
sake of time.
beverage, like a soft parade, like a short soft parade. No, Heather.
So that's a beer. Soft beverage. Okay, so rural dwellers have Folgers House, Maxwell House,
Ew.
Welch's. So Folgers is like the absolute worst. I can't drink it.
It literally rips my stomach apart.
I just hate the taste. I don't know.
Tastes like bleh.
A&W Ocean
Sour.
Spray. That's what rural people. City dwellers drink Red Bull, Coca-Cola, Naked Juice, Vitamin Water, Starbucks, Double Shot, Energy Plus Coffee. That's like all one line. And it's like the number 5 thing.
Everyone in this house drinks both the rural and the city drinks.
I know, we're big on Red Bull.
I drink a lot of water and beer.
Okay.
Coffee, tea.
Food brands. Just like general food brands. This is hard because we don't really like shop food
Okay,
brands
hold
like
on.
that.
Listen, I bet I can help. I bet I can get some.
Okay. Which food brands?
Some sort of cereal brand or for rural.
I don't think any of these are cereal.
All right, read them to me.
Oh my God. City dwellers number 3, Beyond Meat.
What is that?
It's
Plant-based meat?
Yeah. I can't even believe it's on a list. Okay. Rural dwellers.
Just eat a fucking vegetable, folks. Actually, I know nothing about plant-based science or plant-based food, so we might have to do an episode because I'm purely judging the shit out of
I
something
know, me too.
nothing about.
Me too. I'm not even judging. I'm just like having my own bias.
Yeah, I'm
and
not judging
being
either. I'm just think it's
snarky.
funny.
Yeah, me too. Okay. That's fine.
Put a plant in a burger or just eat a green bean.
Yeah, like just don't eat a burger. I don't know. It's like a choice, I guess. I don't know.
Trade-off.
Okay, so rural dwellers eat Betty Crocker, Bisquick, which we do, both of those.
I love.
Campbell's, Pillsbury, and Ore-Ida. What's that?
No idea.
It looks familiar, but it sounds like a potato.
Yes.
Okay. City dwellers, Kit Kat, number 1 by like a lot.
I love Kit Kats. They're my fave.
Ben and Jerry's, Beyond Meat, Impossible Foods is also a veggie. Like it's the same as Beyond Meat, isn't it? Impossible Foods, and then
it's close.
Organic Valley, all sustainable, like no animal stuff.
Okay, but when you say sustainable and no animals, like we need to talk about that because
Okay, well, it has nothing to do with Dollar General, so we're gonna move on. We can come back to it. Okay, fast food, and then I might like skim a little bit.
let me
of
guess
these, 'cause
the
there's a whole
fast
bunch.
foods.
Okay,
rural.
Yep.
McDonald's.
no, but I fucking love McDonald's. Not even on either list.
Taco Bell.
No, not on either list.
Chick-fil-A.
No.
Fucking tell me.
I know. I thought Chick-fil-A would be. Fucking tell me. Okay, roll is Arby's, Subway. Both of those are like by a lot. Hardee's, I have no idea what that is. Sonic, which is not around here.
They're Sonic and Bertrand.
Okay, and Zaxby's. Also don't know.
Zaxby's. That's in Bennett got Zaxby's when we were in Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
Yep.
City dwellers like Chipotle, Panda Express, Popeyes, In-N-Out Burger, and El Pollo Loco.
The Crazy Chicken. I listened to the shout out to Adweek, whatever their podcast is called now. I liked it what it was called before. When it was called CMO Moves, I liked it. Now
Yeah.
it's called Marketing Vanguard. They did a whole episode on the Crazy Chicken, and it's very interesting. Loved it. Loved the brand story.
I love it. I'm going to check it out.
Fast food restaurants haven't been a part of our brand stories yet either, and that's interesting.
Okay.
The Taco Bell story is really interesting too. They actually built a Taco Bell hotel for the Taco Bell cult followers. I learned that at an ADB conference.
Okay. I think maybe we'll have to like carve out a month of fast food.
I love that.
Okay. Fashion brands.
Ooh.
Rural versus city. Do you want to guess?
Go.
Rural, Wrangler.
I love Wrangler.
Me too. And not surprised. Hanes.
Yep.
Skechers. Fruit of the Loom, and Duluth Trading Company. City. Nike, Adidas, H&M, Zara, and Gucci. Like, what the fuck? It's so different. You cannot wear Gucci on the farm.
Want to make a fucking bet?
Okay. Let me just...
I'll wear my Carhartt.
Media networks is even like wildly different. Pick one you think was going to be on rural.
Fox News.
No. History Channel,
TLC.
HGTV,
Ha!
Newsmax, Weather Channel, Discovery Channel. And then city is CNN, HBO, ESPN, MTV, Nickelodeon. But maybe that's like a little bit of a dated question anyways, because I don't even know who.
Who's not streaming their shit? My parents are streaming their shit.
Right.
My parents are watching.
But we stream, but we also watch History Channel like a lot. And Discovery Channel
watch TLC. It's the same.
Yeah.
Discovery Channel, the Learning Channel.
Yeah, they're owned by the same. And we watch Alaskans, like every version of Alaskan reality TV we watch. Life Below Zero.
My parents still have a wood stove. Like, I don't need to watch Life Below Zero on TV. My head still chops wood.
No, we do too. Totally. We do too. Matt's biggest, like, thing he's so happy about right now
He's going to have wood for the winter?
No, we haven't even started yet, but he
Oy.
so we have a tractor, John Deere, and he will, like, use the John Deere to move wood around, but he's got his chainsaw, and he doesn't have a good place to put his chainsaw, so he built a little chainsaw holder, and he's, like, gets his phone out and shows people, and he's really excited, and he's so proud of himself, and he's going to listen, he's going to roll his eyes, but, like, he's really fucking pumped. Okay.
I love that.
Which car brands do rural and city dwellers prefer? I think we're spending way too much time on this, but I fucking love it. Not on a list.
Ford.
Yes, number 2. Chevy, Ford, Ram, GMC, General Motors.
Range Rover.
Which I don't even know what other things
Range Rover.
could be on a list, by the way.
Some sort of Mitsubishi or Kia for the city.
City is Mercedes, Tesla, Audi, Lexus, Porsche.
Wow.
Like rich bitches over here.
Well, we have a Chevy and a Mercedes. We're not rich.
Yeah, well, Chevy's at the top of the...
My God, is Mercedes in the middle of the pandemic? No, everyone decided not to make cars.
Yeah.
So we capitalized on that market.
Okay, now we're teeing up to like the big thing. Which mass retail, club, or drugstores do rural versus city dwellers prefer? This is like teeing us up for a
want to think
chat.
about this, please. Because you work at CVS.
Yeah.
So this is ask me the question again.
Mass retail, club, and or drugstore. So that's like it could be inclusive of any sort of mass retail. It could be
Dollar General.
Could be Dollar General.
Okay.
Could be
So in rural,
yeah.
some sort of dollar something.
Dollar General's number 1. Dollar Tree's number 3.
Yep. A Speedway, if a gas station's on the list, or Dunham's, or a
Walmart, Sam's Club, Big Lots. Those are all rural.
yeah,
What's this on the city dwellers list?
Target,
Number 1 by a lot.
CVS or Walgreens.
Both of them are on city dwellers.
There's got to be something like a. I'm trying to think. Give me a hint. I want a hint. Give me some hint.
Okay, a club,
A club.
a membership club.
Costco.
Yep. And then the last one seems really random. Burlington.
For where?
Cities.
That makes sense. They have everything there. You can get a fucking winter coat or a swimsuit or a Hawaiian shirt.
Like all at the same time.
all the shit you need. You can fucking get that shit at the Burlington, like the Dress Barn or the. Don't we have a Dress Barn in Midland now? What just opened over here?
I think Ross.
Same, right?
I don't know. Never heard of it.
Who knows? Me neither. Until it came here. All I know is a Ross Cleaners, but I think that was a family.
I think that's Ross.
Oh,
And that was family locally owned.
here.
Yeah. Okay. So rural and city, very different, clearly, like across the board. That was so fun and so interesting, I thought. I have another crazy fact for you.
Okay.
There are more Dollar Generals than there are Targets, Walmart, McDonald's, and Starbucks combined in the United States.
Because if you look at the buildings, they cost about $4.20 to pop up, and they blow down. Literally, here's what I will tell
down?
you. Here's what I know about a Dollar General. For all the locals that are listening, they know what happened with the dam failures.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't know, look it up. Jess will put a link.
Yeah.
Smarty Pants, when she acts
Like,
cute, will put a link. But basically,
Google,
a bunch
like,
of yeah.
yeah.
Google dam failure 2020 dam failures in Michigan.
Yeah.
I lived in Sanford.
Yep.
Where that happened.
Yep.
Everything in our downtown, our cute village,
Washed away.
Everything.
Washed away.
And within 2 to 8 weeks, we'll have to Google it again. I don't know how long it was, but it got flood as fast as it went back up. And for years, up until this year, they're still developing Sanford. And that Dollar General's 5 years old because they popped it up that fast.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That was my point.
So they built it after the dam.
It flooded. And then
And
the
then
whole town is stark and dark and nothing is happening. And it's
reconstructed it.
already up.
Yeah.
And the whole town's now shopping there after a natural
Because
disaster.
that's all that they have.
There's not a gas station. I mean, there's nothing. Not a softball field, not a gas station, not a city park. I mean, it all literally got wiped out. And the Dollar General came up in this beautiful new...
Yeah, and then that's Okay, so Sanford is an example of the rest of like rural America, but there's enough studies on the local impact that independent grocery stores have on their communities. So like the local IGA that's there, I would imagine, or like Pat's in Freeland where we live.
Yeah.
Those are local independent, and about half of the business that they also do locally. So they're going to source their products.
does?
Those independent grocery stores.
Okay, not DGs.
Correct. That's like exactly the problem. So they also employ on average about 40 people. That's local employment. Independent grocery stores, they're struggling for sure. And then when Dollar General come in, that's like the straw that broke the camel's back. And Dollar General does not source locally. That might be 10 or 14% or less of what they source might have local impact. They pay on average, because they also operate, not every state has a minimum wage. So their average median pay is $9 an hour. That's $18,000 a year.
If you're working full time?
If you're working, like they might not have any full time, or that's just median. Like those are true payment.
Yeah.
The CEO was paid for his tenure from 2015 to like 2022, was paid $200 million. He retired, but then the company was struggling. So in 2023, he retired. In the same year, they brought him back only a couple of months later. At all costs, they would hire him back. So the package that they paid to have him return was worth another it was like $156 million in a combination of equity, bonus promises or bonus expectations and cash.
How much again?
$156 million.
So how many salaries would
hundreds of employees?
Right. But if you wanted to pay everyone a thriving livable wage.
Yeah.
However you want to define that word. But more than just eating.
Right.
And paying your light bill. Like
$18,000 a year is not going to get, that's like less than
poverty. So if you say $20,000 a year is $100,000. Oh my God. So you're talking 5.
So when they come into an area,
50 would be a million.
Not only are they impacting the local community because an independent grocery store that might have shut down because of the impact that Dollar General's made, who also has a balance of nutritious foods and fresh foods, where like 50% of Dollar General's SKU are like sugary items.
How much?
About 50%. And then if you look at the pie chart, because there's some studies, and I can even post them, like whatever.
They're serving Mountain Dew and Juicy Juice and fucking kibbles and bits
and they're working hard to put. I don't even know if they're working hard. They have a strategy to put some more fresh foods in there, but I wouldn't trust that they're the right things. The stories that I hear coming out of Dollar General. So even if so we've hit on like wage. That's terrible. There's a million stories about how the working conditions. So OSHA, the labor department, called Dollar General its first severe violator, the first to be on the severe violator enforcement program. Douglas L. Parker, the Secretary of Labor for Occupational Safety and Health, so OSHA, right? I'm pretty positive that's what that is.
Occupational Health and Safety.
Health and Safety, yeah, I said safety and health, but you get the idea, whatever. He was quoted in the New York Times saying, "What we have found time and time again at Dollar General stores is that there's an obvious preventable hazards that are putting workers at risk. And what they do is they just call it a cost of doing business. So they get fined like $11 to $16 million a year by OSHA, and then they just pay it and they don't fix it. It's just a part of their strategy is to be a severe health hazard to their employees.
No, that's not their strategy. It is their strategy, but their strategy is to make as much fucking money as possible. And if it's more money to pay the fine than it is to invest in well-being, they're going to pay the fine.
It's horrible.
Horrible.
Dollar General, Bloomberg.
So yes and no.
Bloomberg did an interview of employees in 14 states and wrote an article titled "Why Dollar General Just Might Be the Worst Retail Job in America." One of the examples. Oh, yeah, this was OSHA, deemed as severe violator. Yep, it was OSHA that said that. The first major retailer to be a severe violator This is a distinction that's typically handed out to little known construction companies, like, the mom and pop construction company that doesn't really have safety standards, which we can probably relate to some degree. In one example, groups of sparrows and blackbirds nested in the ceiling of a store in Oklahoma. They entered through a hole in the roof, laid eggs, and began shitting all over the merchandise. Well, they didn't use the word shitting in the article, but I colored it.
End quote.
Yeah. The store's then manager, Josh Tinker, says that higher ups wouldn't let his team throw out the soiled products, including pillows stains with bird shit. Instead, they were told to clean the items, bring them home to wash them if they needed to their own house and wash these pillows with bird shit on them.
Their $9 an hour salaries, so we're assuming they have a washer and dryer.
Right. And then return them to the shelves. The store manager, filed a ticket in the internal system asking for help and says it was ignored because the birds weren't stealing anything, quote unquote.
Shitting on our products, on your pillows that your kids are rubbing their faces all over.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
Not the DT.
An OSHA staff person said these fines are amongst the highest in OSHA's history. So they're about 12 to 16 million a year. They still not have had the desired impact. He was a former OSHA administrator who said this. If employees can look at a fine and say, that's not going to impact us, then they have little incentive to make a change.
It's what's your definition of impact? And their definition of impact is financial impact. And if that's their only definition of impact, you will fail.
Yeah. And they can just budget for it. If they have enough money to pay a returning CEO $100,
now you've passed legislation to probably change that, right? It's so horrible. Is there a law that says if you pay so many fines, then you just get shut down? No, they have to make new law for that. That'll take forever because the DG will lobby.
They're a publicly traded company. They are getting.
Who owns most of them?
There is a. What do they call it? An activist. They have an activist shareholder group. I don't know what the name of the shareholder group is, but like a hedge fund, like whatever. A company that owns enough share that they can make a big deal out of it. They filed a motion with the SEC to have Dollar General looked at for their pay practices because
one of the largest share owners,
a large one, yeah,
with the SEC. Mm-hmm. So you think that's a good thing then, right?
I think it's great. 100%. I mean, it's taken to legislation. So a little more color into that. We have talked about looking at like board diversity and stuff, and I haven't consistently done this, but so I took a look at that for this case.
I love that.
Their board prioritizes industry experience over diversity. So 3 of 9 members are female or ethnically diverse. Average age of the board is 63. Very much a bunch of old white men. Board of directors are paid about $300,000 annually, and one of them is a longest-standing board member. He gets paid $500,000 just to sit on the board, do like quarterly meetings. Sorry.
Quarterly, folks. That means 4 times a year in Sarasota, or somebody's ranch, or Maine, or That means about a total of
So in addition to like the $9 million salary that the CEO has earned over the past years, and he got that big like signing negotiation this year.
$156 million or something.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of other perks that don't get added into that were outlined and are made publicly available in the shareholders report because now because the SEC is aware of this, they have to disclose this in their annual report. So they list out like how much he can use the private jet for his personal use and all kinds of bullshit. Just for context and clarity, Target discloses their average workers like annual income at almost $26,000. Walgreens is $34,000. The shareholder group says Dollar General cannot continue to operate as a poster child for poor employment practices while offering lavish employment agreements to executives. That's like quote from that shareholder group
My gut says that Dollar General, while terrible, is probably like the other 70%.
Like how annoying is that? That really, really bothers me.
Well, we'll have to figure it out.
I know. We can talk about it. Just for context, Dollar General made $38.7 billion last year. It's a big company. 6% profit margin. 6% profit margin.
So who's making their shit? Where's it coming from? Where are they importing it from?
All over the place.
And why only so they're truly a revenue, or they're truly a volume based business.
Yeah,
if you're operating on 6% margins, that's a commodity. That's like a gumball machine business.
Yeah, 22,000 stores. Dollar General is known for its private label brands, so they have a whole bunch of private label brands that allow them to try to squeeze out as much margin as possible. They have a vice president of product that is like really about private labels. He talks, like, the only interviews I was really able to find are how he travels all over the world to find suppliers for private labeling. They say quality, variety, price, and a satisfaction guarantee for their private label brands are their priority.
At any human right costs is what you're assuming?
Yeah, totally.
Do we know what
That's
the
not
workers,
a priority at all.
Do we know what's happening to the people or the workers, or where the majority of the production is?
No, none of that is disclosed anywhere that I could find.
So I'm not fucking clinking to those fuckers, especially if the birds are shitting on my stuff.
Right. Dollar Tree, just as like a quick snapshot, is not a whole lot better. They are a $30 billion company with only 4.64% profit margin. So when
they're treating people maybe a little better. 25 cents an hour better.
Yeah. Their CEO earns $14 million, that's what he earned in 2022.
So 14, hold on. For context though, 14 million versus 200 million.
Yeah.
That's a lot. A lot. There's your margin, folks. There's your 2%. There's your 2%.
Dollar Tree has about almost 17,000 locations. They're known for the thrill of the hunt shopping experience, where customers discover new treasures every week. All that tremendous value.
It's emotional. You get that, right? The thrill of the hunt.
Yeah.
They're pulling on
I mean, that came from their website.
Yeah.
They also have Family Dollar, which is known as the neighborhood discount store. They're really struggling. I would go to bet that like Family Dollar is up for sale or shut down.
Why?
They're just financially struggling. I think it's like the source of I don't know. It's supposed to be your really like convenience store. It's supposed to have like more stuff for you.
Sure.
I don't know, but I think it's just inflation and the cost of products are going up, and they're having a hard time keeping a low price product. 5 of the 11 board of directors are female at Dollar Tree. 2 of 15 executive leadership are women. And those jobs were sustainability and diversity, by the way.
I'm surprised it wasn't HR or procurement.
I know. I looked at that. I think the HR person was diverse, though. I can't remember.
Thank God.
I know. That cracked me up. Their Dollar Tree's CFO, COO, and other top leaders all earned about $12 million on average.
There you go.
Like 11.5. When compared to the full median full-time salary of the Dollar Tree worker, the ratio is 336 to 1.
That's a very interesting statistic. That's kind of what I was after. So for every one executive, you could have 336 employees.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
If you're going to pay them at that wage, perhaps maybe you paid them more and trained them. And that's the part of the business model of Joycey Rose that I really like, is like, I understand that in order to make margins, you can't pay the average. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I get that you can't pay $30 an hour for unskilled labor. But why, as part of your business model, cannot be developing skilled labor, paying them more?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
They don't have value in it. So Dollar Tree's median employee salary was $14,000 in 2022, the bottom 10% of all retail salespersons and cashiers. Dollar Tree does not have a minimum wage commitment.
Do you realize that minimum wage is more, or unemployment in Michigan is more than $14,000 a year? Unemployment's like $362 a week.
Yeah, so like the government will pay you to be unemployed more than what Dollar Tree
and then
will pay you
everyone's
to
all
work.
pissed because nobody wants to work. It's hysterical.
So Dollar Tree does not have a minimum wage commitment, let alone a living wage commitment. Many competing retailers have made minimum wage commitments. Walmart is committed to $14.
How do you not make a minimum wage commitment? Like state minimum wage or company minimum wage?
Company. And so not all states. State by state that determines a minimum wage, which I think is appropriate because the living wage in New York and California is very different than North Dakota.
Yeah.
Just for context, Walmart is committed to $14 an hour. Other retailers, including Target, Best Buy, Amazon, and Costco, are all at least $15 an hour.
The average Costco shopper's household income's over 6 figures. I know that for sure.
Yeah, Costco should be on our list of fun companies.
Don't get me started about Costco. I get irritated.
You irritated. Okay, well, we won't then. The last few things that are just interesting. Dollar Tree and Dollar General are both discount stores, but they differ in a lot of ways. So Dollar Tree is known for their $125 price point, and their CEO has been really, really committed to, like, we are not veering from that price point. Dollar General's price range is $3 to $10. Product selection, Dollar General offers a wider variety of products, including more food and groceries. Their strategy is that, like, grocery store
Dollar
in the
Tree's
road.
more crafty, I think.
Yep. Online presence, Dollar General has a stronger online presence
Makes
with
sense.
a website and digital coupons. Dollar Tree's online shopping often requires buying
I
a
bet they're
whole
looking
box.
at Joann's from a competitive standpoint too.
Yeah, and you have to buy volume at Dollar Tree online.
100.
Dollar General has twice as many stores as
at
Dollar
4
Tree.
point whatever margin, you got to buy volume.
Right. Some say shopping experience at Dollar General is typically better. Others say the Dollar Tree is cleaner than Dollar General.
Aligned.
I believe that.
100%.
Yep. Dollar General has historically returned more capital to shareholders than Dollar Tree. Dollar General also pays a fast-growing dividend, so you're rewarded for keeping your stock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they care about rich people getting richer, not the people who are fucking working for them. Dollar Tree and Dollar General face competition from Walmart and Temu jointly. What's our stance?
I probably go to Dollar Tree or Dollar General less than a dozen times a year.
Yeah.
Where I grew up, I'm not kidding you, there's perhaps more than 5
Dollar Generals.
or dollar of the effect.
Yeah.
I go there when I'm at my parents' lake house and there's literally no other place
Yeah,
to go.
literally.
Or like if I need like this, if I just happen to pop in because I need a battery or like I don't have another choice, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what kind of circling back to my earlier point. Like,
that's what I feel like too.
You pop them up originally because you have cheap prices and it serves the market of affordability that you have there. And then as more people move into rural America, now someone like my parents who have a lake house, who my mother would probably never otherwise, well, that's not true. She lives on fucking South 7 Mile Road. So I guess my point is that their markets are expanding as people move into rural places because sometimes that's all you have to do. So I'm going to close them the fuck out.
Yeah. I want to rally, like I want to be really loud about how shitty they are and also recognize that it might be the choice that I make, not happily though. And so then there's like also be kind to their local workers.
Yes.
You know, those people are.
I love that message, my friend.
We'll probably go there. That is what it is. I'm not going to love it. And I want to be really loud about like, how can we advocate around changing any of that somehow? But I don't believe that we can. To be honest, I don't think it's in our control. But I think all of us have like a collective voice and we can, as consumers, advocate about what's important to us. And now we,
sometimes
now we can
you
do
just
some
have to
knowing.
make the choice because you got to do what you got to do to get the shit done and survive.
Yep.
And then sometimes you're like, I'm driving my happy ass up to something that's a little bit more.
Yeah, even if it's Walmart. I'm thinking West Ranch. Like sometimes that's all you got.
I have been to Buttonville, Arkansas, where the headquarters of Walmart is, more times than I want to admit. And they would be an interesting one
topic to discuss.
do eventually. Because I think Sam Walton in general had the right mindset, and then I think they went array for a couple years, and then maybe perhaps they're back.
Dollar Tree started right around the time that Sam Walton created like Sam's Club and Walmart. I don't remember exactly how those two distinctions were created, but they started around the same time, and they just had opposite strategies. Like where Walmart couldn't afford to put like a supercenter in
a huge brick and mortar, straight up brick,
and those
the true definition of brick and mortar by material,
versus
a full building,
right?
A pop-up kit. Like you're setting up a tent versus building a house in Beverly Hills. That's the Walmart building versus the Dollar General building. All right? So you're not doing it unless you're forced to.
So we're like...
And you want to get real fucking loud about it.
Yeah. But like, so it's not as simple, but we're not clinking. We can clink to each other.
Yay!
Cheers, ladies.
Cheers. Good one.
Thank you for listening to Stirred Up. If you like what you heard, please subscribe. Check us out on YouTube. Follow us on your podcast apps. Please send it to a friend. Leave a comment. Add a rating. Every little bit helps. We look forward to seeing you next week.